Hello, everybody. My name is Amol Patel. I'm joined here with
Hey, I'm Jeff Pelton. I'm down here in sunny San Diego today.
I'm in LA. It's nice and warm. Looks like outside, and you are episode. We're at episode 4 of the Smoking Hot Coffee show. Is that correct?
I think it's episode 5 already,
Is
isn't
it?
it?
Is it episode 5?
I think
I
it's
don't.
5.
I don't even remember anymore. Okay,
You're
episode
gonna have to put
5.
that somewhere at the top here. Maybe you should keep that note too.
Yeah, I think maybe I will. Episode 5. Yeah.
I might start calling them cups of smoking
Oh,
hot
I like
coffee. So
that. I
let
like
the,
that. Cup of 5. No, cup number 5, maybe. I dig that. So, cup number 5, SmokingHotCoffee.com, the show where we talk about startups, marketing, design, market viability, monetization, all of that. And you can reach Jeff at @Comster and me at @Amul_Patel on Twitter. Well, Jeff, here we are, episode number 5.
it's great to be back.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Good, good. I'm excited to look at a few more startups today.
Okay, well, I've noticed you've added a bunch here on the list. Now, I was hoping to go through this list kind of chronologically, but since you're adding them and we haven't sorted the sort out yet, we'll just kind of work with whatever you just added. So I'm just going to go
I
ahead.
think we should try to take the most recent ones, take them as we go.
Okay.
We'd love to get more feedback from the audience to give us startups that they want to see, and we can throw those on the list as well. And so we'll be, I think it's best to work from the top.
Okay, sounds good then. Let's do that. So here we are, Startup Vitamins. Motivating posters for your startup. Oh, that's cool. I'm a big fan of creative apps. This looks like another creative sort of template designer type app. All right, so this looks more like a blog. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure that this is much of a startup, but they got a plug from some of the other startups. I see Startup Weekend and I think 500 Startups. So
this is awesome.
This may not be much of a competitive big business, but I thought you would get a kick out of some of these designs of
this is great.
Inspirational posters.
Yeah.
Considering we've had conversations about how popular this format of graphic is on social networks these days too.
Mm-hmm. No, this is cool. This kind of reminds me of when you watch movies like the Facebook movie, whatever, and you see these guys decorate their offices or their garages or apartments with this stuff to keep them motivated. This is awesome. Okay, so it looks like a design company and they're selling these. Can I, as a designer, can I give these guys ideas, or how does it work? I guess not.
Yeah, it looks like just a little store setup for some of these posters, but
Okay.
it's just kind of a fun, motivational way to kick things off.
I think it's great. I definitely think it's great. It'd be really lovely if they came up with a very simple. Oh, I like that hover. That's nice. Very, very cool the way they did that.
Yeah, there's some neat design that I thought you would appreciate on the actual page they have here too.
And it says
the way they present the posters is neat.
Our posters can be found in some great offices. That's great. Looks like they've got Zarly here, Google, Unbound, SlideShare. Very nice. This is really cool. It'd be really great if instead of this add to cart, if there was a form, I can type in some words and change this out, or maybe come up with my own. I could easily see that. In fact, we were working on a little demo app for our other show. It kind of reminds me we could do something very simply, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I guess this is taking it into the real world and printing it out for you. It's a fun idea.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Let's see. What is this? Startup quotes. Huh. So this is just, this is great. Wow, this is really cool. You know what? If somebody sent this to me in sort of like a email digest every day, or if my desktop was connected to a stream and I downloaded this and changed it every day, I would love to have this. I might even.
Yeah, this looks like it would be a cool blog to follow or Facebook page to add to your feed.
Oh, this is really awesome. This is really great. Wow. Yeah, this is really great. Highly recommend people check this out. There's a lot of really motivational stuff here. This is really cool. All right, so let's move on. Trend Hunter. I think I've checked this site out. So this isn't really a startup. This is more like a blog, huh, Jeff?
Right.
So this is just, I think these guys have been around for a long time. It's basically just a content site with sort of what's cool and interesting around the world and different segments of the of you know, what is this, fashion?
Yeah,
tech?
I don't have too much of an opinion on this, but I've run across quite a few of these, and I love the internet as a publishing medium for magazines of the new era. Basically, I was curious on your take, what you think of this coming from a marketing background. I've seen a lot of other things. Like, what are some of the competitors to these guys?
There's
and
one.
Who is this targeting?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. At first I thought maybe they were targeting more industry professionals in these different industries, designers, creative people. But if you notice, look, they have 22.5 million people on their weekly trend reports. So this has turned into less of a sort of a designer, insider design and technology innovation market, and more. I think this is very broad. A lot of consumers like. It's almost like a popular mechanics and more of the cool things that are happening in the world and in industry. And it seems to be hitting almost a mainstream as well. So this looks really cool. I haven't been here in a while.
It's really the red menu bar is really dense with categories there. It looks like it hits a pretty broad, dense section of stuff you might want to. It's not really niche.
I do have an opinion on this the way they're doing these hovers. Now, generally speaking, I'm a big fan of these fatty navigation or whatever the term is, where you've got this big, massive, almost like a page to itself.
So like Amazon might do that for their category navigation because there's so much, right?
And it allows people to quickly almost see these massive categories and even see snippets of content from each one. But the issue I have with this is that I don't like the way this thing is, doing this animation because it's a bit disrupting. It would be much better if they would have just did a quick, not even a quick, but just literally as I hovered over, just show the panel. Because, do they really need to do this every time? They could have did it for the first one, but when I jump to the subs, they don't need to do this every time. This gets annoying, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
I see. It's flying out. It's not coming through the Skype 100%, but I can see what you're saying. The added animation is delaying you from getting to the information you want. I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's a bit it's a bit harsh on the eyes a little bit the way it works. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these things in general. But you could also mess it up in the transitions, and in this case, I think they kind of goofed up on the transition bit.
So while you're here, go ahead and click on one of the categories just so we can get an idea of what a dive in might.
Let's go to tech here.
I'm curious how they.
I got an error. Oh no, now it's working. Oh, that's cool. Look at NES controller as a looks like a pillow apparently. That's cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it looks like same multi-column layout. It almost reminds me of Pinterest, but everything's kind of the heights on everything is fixed as opposed to random heights.
Oh yeah.
So it's not a scattered grid, but it's very nice though. It works. It works. I think it would have been a little bit more white space would have been nice. Actually, it's a little bit tight, but in general, it does work. These images just definitely convey what's going on behind the scenes as I'm scanning through. I wonder if it's got an infinity load. No, it doesn't. But I do click here to see more, and will it take me to another page? No, it doesn't. Okay, got you. But I'm kind of a fan of the infinite load, and I think the infinite load would be kind of cool here. But I do know people sometimes
still see yourself spending a lot of time on the site. Easily looking around. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I could spend a lot of time on the site. This could be a great time killer. All right, so let's move on.
Plus, it looks like you could probably subscribe to this through Google Reader or your other RSS subscription. So,
Yep. So this
is... All right, let's take a look at Gidsy.
All right, so, wow, this is really beautifully designed. It steps away from the traditional slideshow at the top. There is a slider, but they basically ask you a question. Where are you going? Okay, let's say I'm going to San Francisco. Oh, there we go. We got that.
And now auto-completion powered by Google.
So that's cool. It does ask me for some input right away. Now, of course, there were some other things distracting me, but what is this? So now we have a marketplace of some sort. Let's go cruising. Find something to do. So these are people that will give you a tour? Is that what this is? And I can pay them? Is that... Oh, if that's what this is, then this is cool, man. I think that's what this is. Let me check out the one here, the sex, drugs, and noodles. This sounds great. All right.
So, yeah. I mean, a marketplace, it sounds like a great idea. We love these sorts of ideas that have been popping up.
This is awesome. So it looks like if I'm looking at the breadcrumbs, they've got United States, San Francisco, urban exploring, and then here's the profile, DR. And this is her little cell. This is her little, this reminds me very similar of Kickstarter, the way they've got their sort of slideshow thing going on. And then they've, on the right here, they've got
top right, price.
Yeah, they've got the price, and then they've got sort of the details. And then here's she at. Looks like discover exclusive notorious Little Saigon microhood. Has a foodie reputation, underground subculture, alternative lifestyles. Wow, this is very neat. And looks like there's some highlights. I can soak up the atmosphere, check out some surreal strip clubs. Oh, this is neat. And so there's the noodles.
Sounds perfect for you, Mole. Next time you're up in the
Yep, this
bay.
This is right up my alley. Yeah.
This is really neat, though. This is a unique idea for a website I have not seen before.
I agree. This is really cool. Now, of course, whenever we create a marketplace for some unique type item, you suffer from the chicken egg thing. Now, do I have enough people providing the service? And then I've got to find people to actually hire them, book these people. So clearly, San Francisco, they've got a decent amount here. I don't know how many actual...
I like that option they have right there to follow San Francisco. That's something I think I've always wanted from like Craigslist. When you're searching a marketplace like this, is here's the results right now, but let me know about new results. Maybe
you know what? Let's check out the categories here. So they've got urban exploring, food and drink, nightlife, education and learning. This is great. So these are individuals kind of giving you these kind of bite-sized package tours on these topics. This is so cool. I think this is great. I think these guys...
Well-designed site, too. Yes. I like the little details here.
I think these guys are going to do very well. I have a feeling that if they get some press, this is going to take off in a big way. Oh, this is great.
You should give them a like on Facebook on their homepage.
I should. Add to your wish list. Looks like...
Hollywood sign. There you go.
It's historic. Let's take a trip. So I'm in LA. Let's see here. 1 to 10 people, 1 to 4 hours. This is really neat, man. This is a good way to meet people, by the way. So if I'm in LA,
we love to see the internet come into the real world.
Yeah, and this could turn into this is almost like a paid meetup, almost feels like a meetup, but we
were talking about what was the food startup about? Getting together at a restaurant.
And all kind of grub with us,
where you kind of all pre-pitch in on a meal and show up, and this has got that, but not for just food.
Not for just food, but for all
and
kinds of other things.
And not just approved restaurants, but you can kind of set up your own little gig.
So book unique activities organized by real people anywhere. Wow, very cool. This is really, really exciting. This is very cool.
We love marketplaces where people can pitch in their spare hours and their unique skills to make a few extra dollars.
This is great. Explore, book, and organize unique things to do. Think off the beaten path. Walking tours guided by locals, nature hikes with wild cavemen, cooking classes hosted by professional chefs. This is awesome. This is so great.
You can imagine someone who is fairly good at cooking might be able to have a weekend class where they share some of those skills.
Absolutely.
And, make a few people happy and make a couple dollars and...
Cool.
Like you said, meet people in their neighborhood, maybe.
Yeah. No, I think
that also have those interests. I think
this is
really great.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So it looks like.
Remind me, did you see where they're from? I feel like they're from the UK or.
So it's a brother. It looks like two guys, and this guy studied University of Amsterdam. Maybe they're from the Netherlands.
I thought the link I saw them from somewhere near.
Contact Berlin. Oh wow, they're from Germany.
Okay. So it was nice to see something come across that wasn't from San Francisco.
Yeah, or the Bay Area, or New York, or LA. This is great. Very cool, very cool. I'm really excited about these guys. I hope they do well. I wonder if these guys are on Angel List, if they've gotten money. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I did even add that link to our database. It may not be available on the website yet, but
Yep, they sure
we got
do
to get
have an
that straight.
AngelList page. And Berlin, yeah, marketplace, social travel, and wow, they've raised 1.2
Funding.
million.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Ashton.
Ashton,
So,
Steve
yeah,
Jobs
I don't know.
himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
they're sure to go big places.
Oh, this is
We hope.
awesome. This is very cool. I hope these guys kick ass. 89 followers, raised 1.2 million. Very cool startup. Really excited about it. I'm looking forward to hearing more about them. They're going to need to go after these major metros and start getting press. Like here in LA, we have a free weekly called the LA Weekly. San Francisco's got something similar. Some of these larger.
All they need to do is tap into the community of creative people who are going to be hosting the events.
Yeah.
The people who are going to actually be giving the tours and the hikes and whatever it is. Those are the people that are going to market themselves.
Yeah,
right. All
I
they
agree.
need is this little splash page with
Yeah.
the tools like Kickstarter has shown us, and
Yeah.
as soon as they're like, oh wow, I have a venue to
Right. Right.
sell my yoga class better, or
Right.
whatever it is, their boot camp, right? That they
Right.
just want to impromptu do.
Yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
to take this tool and
I
then
see what you're
promote
saying.
it.
Yeah.
Do the promotion for them. I think that is the chicken and egg.
Oh, I
the
got
side
you.
of that problem
I
they should
got you.
focus on.
So what you're saying
those
is
creative communities, because they're dying for tools like this to help them
Gotcha.
market and sell themselves. I think.
So you nailed it. So you're saying that they've provided a Kickstarter platform for people to put on these cooking classes or tours or
Yep.
all this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what they've done essentially. Yeah, absolutely right. And it's basically this template, right? I mean, this is a fairly easy template. I guess they've got some sort of follow and some subscription actions.
Everyone's used to it too.
Yeah.
The stuff you need is on the top right. The pitch is front and center with the graphics or the video, hopefully, and story about them. And
Yeah, and I like
Boom.
the one thing I would change about this is I would have these guys sniff my location and show me all the LA stuff instead of Barcelona, Berlin. I think that would be ideal if they did that. If they
yeah, I mean, I think they were probably only in a few cities to begin with, so it would only be beneficial if they sniffed your location and you happen to be in LA. So, that list right there.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I see.
Well, I
there's
guess
a
those
list
are popular. They're probably growing. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should probably add that soon.
Yeah, so I thought that would be really cool. But this is a very cool idea.
I mean, heck, you can imagine a massive need for an iPhone app and mobile
Yeah,
awareness.
absolutely. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Vex Pop. Okay, because opinions count. Imagine what would happen if Facebook, YouTube, Twitter got together and had a baby. What would that be like? We think it'd be very much like Vex Pop. Why would anybody want to create such a beast? What the? So this is a landing.
So I'm throwing this site at you as a non-product splash marketing page, and I just want to get your opinion on this sort of
okay. First of all,
attempt at your attention.
First of all, having Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter getting together and have a baby is way too ambitious and way too vague. I have no fucking idea what that means. I have a problem with that. One, because it's kind of it's hard to believe that, because you need a lot of resources.
Yeah,
to
the first time I read it, I didn't even read the word YouTube. I thought they'd, throw that in there. That's even more.
more. It just doesn't sound realistic, right? So that's
plus, what does that have to do with opinions?
Yeah, and so then I go down here and I look at this graphic, and I'm not this looks a little bit too cheeseball in my opinion. They didn't lay this out the way they did this, and the way they need a designer to get in here and redesign this. But so the layout and the logo's cool, but this part here is not cool, and then this up here is not that great. So I'm judging it by the design. I'm judging it by what they're trying to do, and I'm not feeling it. But
Does the what is page give us anything? I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
let's do this. What is? How do we get started? Got started. People make them. Okay, so we realize fundamental change
Gives
happening
us
in
a
the way
little
people
more
using
idea.
technology, getting people heard. I'm not sure what this is. This sounds to me like they're doing some sort of feedback on.
All right. Well, we don't have to
I don't know what this is, and
go too deep into this. Just
the-
something to glance at.
The other problem is reading all of this is not very attractive. The way they've laid this text out isn't very attractive for me to quickly scan to figure out what's going on. So
I first saw the link to PC Magazine. I might end up there, but again, not too much about what the actual product does.
Yeah, and then
very vague, very much like the startup guys rambling about all the keywords and trying to figure out what exactly it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and as I'm reading this, my eye is getting pulled to the right here with these colorful things, and I kind of want to read that. So it's a bit distracting. I don't really know what's going on. I'm not sure about these guys. Let's move on.
All right.
If that's okay with you, Jeff.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we're at Crunched now. Okay, this is kind of an interesting graphic. Some guy in a suit running across the bridge. Close more deals. He looks like he's in Century City. Is that Century City?
I was gonna say that bridge is in a lot of shots. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this looks very similar.
Walked across that bridge with you to lunch. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we probably have. Yeah, it looks very familiar. We have this part of town called Century City. A lot of big, law firms and accounting agencies and office type stuff here. Reminds me of that. All right, so measure your meetings. Know how and when to close. Pain-free presentations. Unlike, whoa, what? So what is this? Instant meetings you can measure. That's interesting. So it's some sort of...
Yeah, so close more deals, right? I thought you would love that.
I do like that.
ABC right here. What are we going to... How are they going to help us?
What I'm wondering...
take the pain out of PowerPoint.
So it sounds to me like they're adding some sort of... they're adding a layer on top of webinars and screen sharing. Some sort of analytics layer or some sort of like timer or maybe certain points. I don't know. Maybe let's just see what happens when I click this. Let's see. Can I even see something? All right. Something's happening. Nothing's happening. It's waiting. It's waiting. Nothing's happening, Jeff. Oh. All right. Okay.
All right,
so that didn't work. But this does look very interesting. This looks very interesting. I'm very interested in this. If they can add a layer on top of presentations to help you sell better, share your screen, present instantly. Okay, so there's some screen sharing. Get alerted as people view your content to see how much time they spend. So there's analytics per slide, which I think a lot of the webinar software, I think they do that already, right?
Yeah, to me, what I'm reading in on that know how and when is that they might be giving you a real-time alert. Hey, someone's reading, but they're on the last page of your pitch slide. Now might be a time to jump in and chat them up while they're hot lead.
So that
I think is the idea of closing at the right time.
So this is
I'm not sure exactly. You can imagine, what would Yelp use this for? I see them on the list. They're probably calling small businesses and trying to get them to advertise or use their
their
website, right?
Right? And with more customer interactions happening virtually these days, it's getting harder. I mean, seriously, have you tried giving a WebEx presentation lately? You spend like the first 10 minutes helping your customer install software, filling the void with mindless chatter like you're some sort of talk show host. By the time it does work, you're flustered, your customer's irritated, and thinks you're an idiot, as if you invented WebEx or something. Ugh, just makes you want to... Business is about relationships, but it's hard to connect with someone on a personal level through a computer. And how about those follow-up emails you send into a black hole? You've got no idea if they opened them, let alone how much they read, or any other indication they're even interested. Sales used to be about FaceTime, where body language and facial expressions were dead giveaways. But now you're stuck decoding buying signals from your computer like Neo in the Matrix. What if there was an app for that? One that could host meetings and presentations in a browser and track everything customers do with your emails. Almost turning you into a fly on the wall. Well, the guys over at Crunched wondered the same thing. So they created a platform where your customers get instant access to your meetings and presentations via your personalized URL, crunched.com/JoeCool. And voila, they're in.
Okay.
No more 10-minute software downloads, no more awkward moments, and no more taking the blame. And Crunched brings meetings and presentations to life by showing you who's talking, what role they play at their company, how they might influence your deal, and who and what you have in common.
That's
and
cool.
Make a personal connection through your social network. So, say bye-bye to the email black hole. Crunched measures everything you send to customers, from presentations to proposals. It tracks how many times
it looks like they've got some analytics. Looks like they're sniffing people as they're coming in, see what their Twitter and whatever, Facebook, all that stuff. So yeah, it sounds very interesting. I'm not so sure if like GoToMeeting and some of these other ones don't already have this, but I do know that whenever I sign up for a webinar, I had to install that shit, So if you don't have to install anything, then that's always a plus.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to take the pain out of a few of the handoffs there. So
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's move on. It's
this is interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think these guys will probably make money if they can steal some of that market share away from these old guys that are been in there for a while. All right, so here we are at ad stage, tools to help you advertise across multiple networks. Okay, so we've got an aggregator of networks and the program's ability to solve. Okay, so they've got some people in the industry, Solve Media. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out cross-network ad analytics insights dashboards. So here are the networks. So AdWords, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads. Wow, that's interesting.
So again, for the audience, we should probably always try to do this, but play me as the layman here. I'm not an expert on advertising networks, and when I see websites like this, I usually go, what is this, and what are they doing? And
right.
Totally out of my element. So maybe explain some of it to us as you're.
Sure. In general, there's a lot of options for people that have money to spend on trying to get eyeballs. You've got newspaper, you've got television, you've got radio, you've got online, you've got the ads on the mobile, and there's so many options, and so it's usually what you end up doing is you end up putting a little bit of money in some of the things that you think are going to work. And then once you find a couple of winners, you're like, all right, great. This isn't working. Let me now pour the rest of my money into these winners, and you basically you feed the winners, and you basically kill the stragglers. So in this case, they basically are targeting just online, web-based, internet-based ads. And I'm sure these guys have mobile components, but these guys are doing all the four major networks. They've got LinkedIn, Facebook, Google. I'm surprised to not see Twitter on here. And it looks like they've got a dashboard, so you can kind of see an overview for each one. I'm not convinced, though, that if this is needed, maybe it's best to do them individually, because depending on how much money you're spending, you may want to see exactly the dashboards of these individual ones. But maybe if you don't have a lot of time and you want to, and maybe your budget's kind of not that big, maybe you want to spread that money evenly across, this might be a way to go. Again, I'm not the
this would be a tool to help you aggregate the networks and do that work for you, I would imagine, right?
That's exactly it.
I don't know how much of it they're doing, but it seems like that is obviously always the goal, right? When you're to use all of the networks available to you and make use of the best ones.
Yeah.
Right, that's everyone's goal, right?
Yeah,
in advertising.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to try to get the most bang out of your ad dollar. And a lot of times you just don't know. There's a lot of networks that claim to get all these eyeballs in this certain demographic and segment, and then you spend the money and you don't get shit, And sometimes you'd be, different networks will get different quality traffic, and the quality of the traffic, basically affects the conversions, and conversions are everything. So this might help you quickly test the big ones and kind of see which one's working for you. And it looks like a pretty young team. Look at these guys. This guy's 20 years old. Wow, look at that. This guy's been coding since he was 13. Holy cow.
Clean website, I thought.
Very nice, very nice website.
Clean
Looks
design.
like, they've got the little one-pager thing going, and they've got the little top fixed nav. Very nice, I'm digging it. I dig this.
What do you think, while we're here, it just happened to catch my eye. Oh, there's one on the bottom left, too. Okay. So, wait, when you scroll down, it's fixed on the top.
Yeah.
There's also a feedback tab fixed on the left.
Yeah.
I noted that's standard, right? You see that all the time.
Yeah.
There's Twitter and Facebook fixed on the right. I think they disappeared when you scroll to the bottom. Because they're also there. You got the badges. Did. So if you go up a little bit, so you got those fixed on the right. And then you have the contact us fixed in the bottom left corner. It's kind of interesting. I'm just making these observations and taking a poll as I travel the web. I have said before I'm a fan of full width, taking advantage as much of the page as you can.
Absolutely, they're definitely using
interesting to see.
Yeah, they're definitely using the viewport. They're fixing the contact stuff. So whenever you need to, connect with them socially or whatever, even to this chat.
Yeah, I really like that. The ones on the right, to the Facebook, Twitter, the share icon are beautiful. Yeah. I just think it's offsetting though with the feedback tab on the left.
Yeah. I have to say
they should just put them all together, it looks disconnected.
It does.
And they're different heights.
Yeah. I agree.
But otherwise, I love the colors on the page and the layout and typography seem to pass your your bar.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right, so let's move on. We're going to boatbound.com. So what is this? It says peer-to-peer connecting yacht owners. Oh, I like the way that. Oh, that's cool. The little animation with the little hover.
I was going to show you. I saw a
wow.
JavaScript library that does that now.
That is so
a
neat.
jQuery thing you can plug in to do that easily.
This is so cool. So connecting boat owners with each other. This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
I think this was on the homepage of AngelList or something.
Okay.
This is one of the trending things.
Very, very cool.
Plus, it's got an interesting looking website and that cool effect I knew I was hoping you would mention.
This is great. Now, from a design standpoint, it's awesome. From a just a business standpoint, concept, awesome concept. Wow, this is the style is really cool. It's got this kind of children's book.
A little whale popped up there.
Yeah, it's got this little cutout stencil thing, and it's got the little hanging. So this trend's been around for a little while. This sort of reality-based staging, staging a stage show thing going on with the little things hanging off of the little ropes and stuff. And pulleys and
to me, by the way, this is the kind of full width app that I'm talking about. I love when the bottom is fixed, the corners are all kind of it reminds you honestly of like an old Flash app at 100%. But
this is really neat. So right now, let's see, request an invite. I'm a boat dealer, so it looks like they're reaching out to dealers. Looks like they're reaching out to marinas. They're going after the marinas here. Wow, this is awesome. So the one issue I have with this is it would have been great to have shown a little bit more of the product, maybe some of the dashboards, maybe some mock-ups of the of the marketplace or however they're doing the designs. But I'm sure it's very similar to the Airbnbs and even that one, the marketplace that we saw earlier, Gitsy. It's going to have those sort of similar patterns. But very nice color, very nice layout. Design is awesome. Boat bound, yeah, very cool.
.co. I noticed it's a .co. It's kind of.
So now, what do you think, Jeff? I'm not a big fan of escaping.com.
Put an M there and see what the.
That's it's a good point.
This is the real question: was it unavailable, or do they just prefer?
Look at that.
So I guess they're like, wow, we just saved a character.
Okay.
Fuck that M.
Wow. Okay.
I guess the .co people have been really trying to connect with the startup community in general.
Okay.
Overstock does their .co, and I don't know. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. It's almost confusing to me, honestly, because it's so similar to Calm, but not.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool, and it does forward to
just
the
keeping a poll, keeping track of the ones I see.
Very good point. What's your feeling, Jeff? You saw them on AngelList. They're trending. These guys, it looks like they have a clear market here, very specific vertical. Are they going to make it? What's your feeling?
Who knows? They'll probably, if they can connect with this vertical, I'm sure they'll do fine.
Yeah.
And I imagine with their presence on AngelList that they've got a strategy to go forward. Said there's not much you can do here except sign up for an invite, but I'm sure they've got plans.
So my question to you is, have they raised any money?
I imagine they have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just quickly look here. And if they have, then that'll give them some burn. Looks like I saw $1 million. Like one with a lot of zeros. Each rental comes equipped with $1 million insurance coverage. They've got a couple of founders, some previous investors. Oh yeah, they've got 15
investors. We got 500 startups. Dave McClure looks like they, I'm sure, have a strategy to make this work.
Team. I don't. It doesn't say how much they've raised, but I have a feeling they've got 15 investors. They've probably raised a good amount of money. I also don't. Oh, here we go. Here's the dashboard. Okay. Wow. Yeah, It looks very similar to Airbnb. We've got a little bit of map. You've got a little filtering. Your facets here for your filters. Let's check this one out, and then you've got your detail page.
Not unlike the layout of Gitsy we were just looking at, right?
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. Very cool. It'd be really interesting if you can combine this with some sort of Kickstarter, and that you and your buddies can all pitch in on a motorboat. And you guys can do some sort of what do they call it when you rent houses or
timesharing?
Timeshare, yeah,
splitting it somehow.
It'd be really cool if you can do a little timeshare this way. I could definitely see a business model there. But yeah, very nice, beautifully designed. Looks familiar. I think these guys are going to do well. They've got 15 investors behind them. They're going to do well. So let's see here, gingersgoodies.com. What?
This is a great one to end on. I was going to tell you we just my timer just went off, but. This one here is pretty funny. As you mentioned, I bookmarked most of these like last night or yesterday.
Okay.
And I forget. I think this was posted on AngelList.
Wow, what is this?
Where, yeah. So I wanted your opinion on the design and over just everything.
Okay.
But also I wanted to propose kind of what our standards and filter are for the list and.
Okay.
And just in general, as a conversation piece, like how did this make it on AngelList, right?
Okay.
Is any e-commerce startup fair game, or is there kind of a limit to, of what we're looking for?
So
or what?
my opinion on the business idea and the concept, it's cool. I'm any kind of unique business strategy that escapes from the brick and mortar, that is based on sort of mobile or some sort of new technology. I'm a big fan of. Now, where is the new technology in this? I'm not seeing it. It looks to me like a normal e-commerce store. Is this a subscription thing, or what exactly? Why would this even be on AngelList? Like what
Well,
technology?
and so that's I think the interesting thing. Like I think we do find ourselves kind of. You described it pretty well. We're looking for companies that use technology, take advantage of technology to really make a difference, or do something unique.
Yeah.
But then again, what's wrong with people just applying their creative skills to the tools available and having a nice little small business, right? But the question is, the people on AngelList probably aren't looking for that equally as we aren't.
No.
But it is it's still not terrible to take a quick glance at sites like these and see what kind of front end design they're applying, the carousel and the e-commerce layout and what have you. But
right. So I have to say, from a design standpoint, they've got some really nice design here. I'm not a big fan of the way they're cutting it off with the white and then moving it into this sort of starry blue, but the color palette's nice. The grid is cool. It's a little bit stiff. I would have liked a little bit of variation in some of the grid, and in general, it's kind of generic-ish looking. There's not a lot of really, maybe they needed to do, maybe this white or this off-white needs to be a different color. Maybe the shadow needs to not be so strong. I mean, I can nitpick at this. There's a lot of details, but honestly, this rollover here, this doesn't look all that exciting or inspiring. And I don't even know why this is on AngelList. I have no idea, bro. But it's a fun site. Ginger's Cookies.
Yeah. So sorry for sneaking that in there, but anyways, we may do that from time to time chat about random bullshit.
Okay,
but
so the next question is, Jeff, how can we turn this into a cool startup with technology?
There you go.
Is there a Ginger's Goodies slider where I can create my own Ginger's Cookies bundle where I can kind of customize the pumpkin chunkin'?
The first thing you mentioned that was not a terrible idea is subscription or something else that just kind of is a different play on the point and click e-commerce buy now. The buy nows are all crossed out, it looks like too. But
what's that all about? It'd be kind of neat if I can
customize the cookie. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
If I can send a photo of my face and they can like imprint it in these brownies, that'd be neat. If I can send them my weed dispensary card and they can insert some nice, THC in this stuff, that would be great. But otherwise, I'm not seeing.
Might be coming soon.
I know it might be coming soon. Otherwise, I'm not seeing the uniqueness here. But anyways,
right.
So I think that kind of concludes our show today.
Yeah. How do you want to finish up here today?
So I would like to talk a little bit about our site itself. I thought, I was going to talk to you off camera about this, but I thought, why not? Let's just quickly end on this. So guys, what I wanted to do quickly is bring up Mockingbird. Mockingbird.
You think we should make this another episode? Just cut here and make it a mini?
Yeah, we could do that. Okay, let's do that. We don't want to.
So let's just end here. So let's just housekeeping. I mean, that's what we're going to lead into with the next episode. Okay. It'll be a little bit different than the typical episodes, but we want to cut this one at our 30-minute mark,
okay. Yeah.
Or 33 and third, or wherever we end up. So,
All right,
anything else?
No, I think we're good. So we got through, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 startups today, which is pretty decent. Hoping to keep that number up.
And about our pace, I think.
Yeah, it's about our pace, yeah. And, so if you want to check us out, www.smokinghotcoffee.com. And, of course, we can be reached at Comster or at Amol_Patel. So, okay, I think that ends our show. We totally want you to give us feedback, please. Go ahead and make fun of us, call us out on our shit if we're doing anything wrong, if we're saying too many ums, whatever it is. Or if you have any ideas for the site itself, we definitely want that information. So, All right.
All right. It's great as always, Amol.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll check you next time.
See you later.
Bye.